Hello, and welcome to the Crystal Bay Onix draft analysis of Season 7. Basically, this is a team I drafted in PCL. I'll leave some links below, let me check it out. The basic idea of this team was to use only hazard removal Pokemon, because there are so many Pokemon available right now. It's like, what, 600 to draft, something like that. I wanted to limit myself in some way, so I decided I only want to use hazard removal mons. So, defog, rapid spin, and a new move, core change, of course. I also decided to count that. So, firstly, there were a few high tier mons that I definitely wanted to get or needed to get. First of all, there's a lot of dragons I could get, but I figured this first Pokemon got access to 2 new moves and has gotten so much more fun. It is Hydreigon. Hydreigon has gotten Massive Block and Dragon Dance, which is fucking insane in draft. It doesn't have the greatest physical move pool compared to the special one, but it does have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Crunch, stuff like that, so it still can be a very potent strat. And the Nasbot set, of course, is still very good. Scarf set is incredible, with Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor. I think it's going to be really fun to use this one. You know, a very good typing Dark Dragon. Doesn't do much against fairies, but you'll see I have plenty of answers for that. Then next up, I left some picks with a friend. I maybe would have picked something else as my Steel type, because that's what the next Pokemon will be. I actually went for Excadrill. Basically gives me Stealth Rocks. There's not a lot of Pokemon who can get both Stealth Rocks and Rapid Spin. Not only that, Excadrill is a ground type, which is pretty crucial in draft in my opinion, and it's Steel type, which I think there's only like Corviknight, Excadrill. I think that's about it for Steel types that can remove hazards. So I knew that I had to grab one. I was very lucky to have it in round 2. There were like, what, 30 picks between me and it, so I was very lucky to have it. So now I have Excadrill and Hydreigon. Pretty decent core, I would say. They are both weak to fighting. You will see that's kind of a common weakness in my team. I have a few months to patch it up, but we'll see how that goes. I think it could be interesting. Excadrill is so amazing right now. Basically, with a rapid spin buff, you could just run Mold Breaker and hit everything with an Earthquake once you have +1 speed. Earthquake, Iron Head, stuff like that. Yeah, Excadrill is incredible. It's great Scarfer, gets Stealth Rocks, gets Rapid Spin. I love Excadrill. I've used it before in draft and it was amazing. It has like, what, 130 base attack, 88 speed, which is pretty good too. Can pretty much outspeed any bulky Pokemon. And actually it's some bulk itself, so it won't go down in one hit, which is very nice. So next up, I decided to go for another type that was very uncommon to have hazard removal, and that was Cinderace. Now Cinderace is very good. Not only does it have like 119 speed, which is incredible, it also has core change. For those that don't know, core change basically switches the hazards from one team to the other. So say that your opponent has set up like light screen and has set up rocks on your side. So you use core change, the light screen comes to your side and Stealth Rocks come to their side. So it's a pretty damn good move. It also makes it so that I don't even have to set up my own Stealth Rocks half of the time. If I have my opponent just set them up, I give this Pokemon heavy duty boots. It's not weak to rocks then. And not only that, but its signature move, Pyro Ball, is pretty damn strong. It's like 120 base power. It does only have 8 PP, but it doesn't have any recoil or anything like that. It's just pretty crazy. It also has high jump kick, sucker punch, U-turn. Yeah, it's pretty solid. The only thing I will say is that there's not a lot you can do with it. Let's say it's pretty predictable. I could run Will-O-Wisps and stuff like that too. I think it's going to be very valuable. Maybe if a choice band set even. Yeah, I'm very excited to use it. I know that a lot of people want to use it, just because it's so interesting with signature moves. Then next up, I decided I did want some Sticky Web, because I had Hydreigon, Excadrill, both like outspeeding Pokemon without having to run a Scarf. So I decided to go for Ribombee. Now this is also immediately my only Fairy type, which Ribombee isn't, the greatest at being bulky. But it does, however, provide some nice support in Sticky Web, Stun Spore, Tailwind. It has an incredible speed stat of 124, which is pretty insane. Yeah, I think it's going to be very valuable. You can just run a sash set or something, and it's going to put in work. You can even run like Quiver Dance with this. It could be a threat as well. It doesn't have a lot of special attack, unfortunately, but it's really its speed that sets it apart from other Sticky Web users. And I think it's the only one, apart from like Masquerade, which I didn't want to use. That gets like defog, so I didn't have a lot of options in that department. But I'm very happy with this one, to be honest. It puts my speed very high too, so that's very nice. Next up, I decided, now that Hidden Power is gone, I think that a lot of like Dragon Ground, Dragon Flying, all that, it's gonna be very hard to play around since you can't run Hidden Power Ice. So I did want an Ice type. And with that, I also, when I grabbed my Water type at the same time, I actually went for Cloyster. Now, Cloyster is very scary. It's very strong once it sets up Shell Smash, and with its Icicle Spear, Aqua Jet. Now it has Rock Blast and Pin Missile as well, through TMs, which is pretty good. I don't think I'll be running it a lot, but just because you'll usually run Liquidation, Aqua Jet, Ice Shard, or something like that. But it's very nice. Not only that, but I could use bulky variants too, like Rapid Spin, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Liquidation, something like that. It has like 180 defense, I think. Now, luckily, this is my only water type. I think it would have been a bit more trouble if I did that, just because I wouldn't be so easy to switch into Skulls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a very good Pokemon. I'm very excited to use it in draft, to be honest. I think that once it sets up Shell Smash in front of like a Sticky Web team, it's gonna be put in work. Yeah, very excited to use it. It's gonna be basically my best answer against Dragon type teams like Zygarde or something. Because I have a Bombi, but apart from that, I'm not too well suited to battle those. Then next up, I have Thundurus Syrian. Thundurus Syrian I picked up because I wanted the Special Breaker, aside from Hydreigon. And it does have a really nice speed here, just about the 100, the 101 I think it is. You get Nasty Plot, you get Agility, it's Double Dark Pulse, stuff like that, pretty basic. But it also has Volt Absorb, which I really did want. I do have Excadrill as well, but just being immune to Ground and Electric at the same time is pretty damn nice. So I'm pretty excited to use this one. It does have a lot of special attack, 145. So I think it's going to be putting a lot of work in. Now, it doesn't really like the fact that Hidden Power is gone, but I think it's strong enough to not care about that too much. I think like water types and all that. It doesn't have any flying stab at the moment. Oh yeah, just absolutely nothing I think, like Air Cutter. But I think it's going to be pretty nice to have around. It's pretty scary threat to like teams that rely on their bulky waters. Since I don't have a grass type, I think it's pretty important to have this one in my team over the regular Thundurus, which was like a bit faster, but it has less special attack, so I'm glad I picked this up. Then next up we have Surfetched. I really want to use this Pokemon. Basically it's just a little Conkeller. Yeah, it does also get Defog this generation. Conkeller, I mean. It has Scrappy, so you can just fire off Scrappy close combat, which is pretty nice. I don't have a problem with dark types, ghost types, I mean, at all, but it's gonna be pretty nice. It also has First Impression, Brave Bird, Leaf Blade, all that. The only thing that I miss from its moveset is Earthquake and Stone Edge, for like fire types and flying types. But I think it should be really nice, honestly. I love that it has Leaf Blade. It's gonna be very scary if I just slap a Choice Band on it, if I run max speed, if I run Sticky Webs with it. It's gonna be very nice. Yeah, I'm excited to use this one. It's like 135 stack. Unfortunately, it's a bit slow, but that's fine, honestly. I'm glad I picked it up. I think it also can lock off, I'm not sure. And next up, we have Claydol. Now, Claydol I picked up because I did want another Self-Talk user apart from Excadrill. And a Fighting Resist as well. Which just a Fighting Resist is a bit more, you know, capable of taking hits. So Claydoll's pretty nice. This generation they got both the Rapid Spin buff and Nasty Block. I don't think I'll be running too many like breaker sets with it. We'll see. It is very unique typing, Ground Psychic, a lot of weaknesses, but Stealth Rock, Explosion, Rapid Spin, all of that, it's very nice to have around. And it does also mean that I don't always have to run Stealth Rocks on X-Hero, which is pretty important, I think. Just because, you know, X-Hero wants to play that breaker role, I think, on my team. So then next up, I decided, you know what, I really don't deal with dragons as much as I would like to. Not only that, but there's a few other types that I didn't really resist too well, like Ice. So I went and grabbed Empoleon. Now Empoleon has incredible typing. Water Steel is pretty damn good. It only is weak to Electric, Fighting, and Ground, which my team is pretty damn well defended against, I think. Pairs really well with Empoleon, with Claydol, I mean. It also gets Stealth Rock. I think I'm gonna use this mainly over Claydol. I don't know. So I do have a few double typings, but I don't mind that too much. Empoleon also has a lot of special attack, so maybe I'll run some offensive sets with it. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Claydol and Empoleon is gonna be my main bulk of the team, which is not a good thing, to be honest. I fear that my team is a bit too frail. So we'll see how that goes. I think the main deal with this Pokemon is that it's my main Dragon Resist. Bomba usually will die in one hit from anything, but I think Empoleon can basically like use a Sugar Berry or something, and can basically outlive most Dragon types, I think, and just fire with an Ice Beam. So yeah, I'm very excited to use it. I've used it before in the draft, where it put in a decent amount of work. Just a really good typing Water Steel. It can be toxic, can just you know, switch into any Scalds that I need, fire with its own Scald, which is nice. And it means that I don't have to use Cloyster too defensively. And yeah, it's another Steel type with Defog, which is nice. So, then next up, I have one of my favorite draft Pokemon I think I've ever used, which is Swallow. Swallow is incredibly strong, with its scrappy Bloom Burst sets, and specs that's fucking insane. Does lose in power as well this generation. I don't think it matters so much, because pretty much you can just run Heat Wave. It is pretty damn good though. I think it's can also run the physical set, but I'm mainly gonna use it especially. It has 126 speed or something, which is pretty damn insane. Now that I have Sticky Webs, it's basically gonna outspeed everything, I think, which is pretty damn good. And what the great thing is about this Pokemon as well is that Thunderous Sea doesn't have any flying stat, but this does. So basically I'll be able to hit like fighting types as well, super effectively, which I previously didn't really have the ability to. Apart from like Surfage, nothing stab, like Claydol's gonna do any damage. And for my final pick I only had like 3 points left, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick a Pokemon that people are gonna fear. I'm gonna pick a Pokemon that's gonna be very interesting, and I went for Volbeat. Volbeat is interesting. Volbeat has Tail Glow, which is one of the best moves in the game. So Manaphy is one of the best breakers. Tail Glow gives you 1+3 special attack. If I'm able to Tail Glow to like Thundersterian, to maybe like Claydol, to anything on my team basically, it's gonna put in some work. It also has D-Wave, Encore, and Prankster. It's gonna be pretty damn nice. Plus, Prankster doesn't work against Dark type, but I can just run Bug Buzz and hit them super effectively. So it's gonna be a pretty nice addition to the team. I'm probably not gonna bring it every week, but it can be very game deciding if I use it well. I'm excited for that. So that was my entire draft. I don't know how I feel about this draft. I think it's gonna be very hyper offense. I'm not gonna be. I think it's gonna be short games, pretty much. I always have those teams, but especially here, because I don't have like a Milotic or something to switch into. I fear my team is gonna be easily like whittled down. by like pretty much anything. I don't have a lot of recovery, so we'll see how that goes. It's either kill or be killed, I think. But I didn't really have anything to change, so I decided to make this video already. Usually I have a lot of FAs and stuff, but yeah, I'm pretty thrilled about this team. I think like weakness-wise, I've done a pretty good job, apart from like maybe ice, and even that I'm pretty solid on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think High Dragon is definitely one of the Pokemon I'm most excited about to use, as well as Cinderace. Yeah, I think this team is gonna be pretty threatening. The only thing I would say is that not having a grass type, like resistance-wise, definitely hurts. I thought about getting Eldegoss, but it doesn't have basically any type of offensive pressure that my older Pokemon have. Even Claydol can go for Explosion, but Eldegoss basically switches in, switches out. Which I don't like at all, honestly, and I didn't need the Rapid Spin. Clearly I did not. So I'm very excited to use this. I'm very curious to see how it goes. And I do have a lot of Stealth Rock weak Pokemon, but you know, I only have removals. I'm gonna be pretty solid. I'm very excited to use this team, and we'll see how it goes. I'll see you in draft. Bye bye.